Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Well, time for a fact, and in this case, facts that make your brain go. The 5 things you should never, ever Google if you don't want to get hacked. So these are things that lead you to getting hacked.
Okay, this is a really good point, though. Mitchell texted in, and he goes, not that it leaves you getting hacked, but the FBI agent that follows Kenzie's, search history must think she's insane because of all the Kenzie's crime research.
True, fact.
I'm like, but how did they get murdered? How'd they feel when they got murdered? All the things I type in.
You know, whenever they catch a criminal, they go through their search history, and it's always how to get rid of the body.
Yeah.
And because they Google those things, and
I've done that. How did he get rid of the body? But
Yeah.
it was. I swear it's for a story.
Sure,
Man.
not. Yeah. I don't know. All right, here we go. So just don't Google these things ever. Kenzie guessed one of the 5 would be how to get on the dark web.
I just don't get it. It's never popped up on my Google. I'm like, how are people doing this?
I will tell you it's not in the list, but don't do that because our IT guy, who's the best in the business, Steve, said don't do that.
So don't.
And then Case guessed, what'd you guess?
I said, what is my password?
What is my password?
Don't Google that.
Well, the first one relates to that case. The first one is customer service numbers. Never Google that. I do that all the time. I don't know why it's a problem.
How the hell am I supposed to know?
Exactly. It says doing a quick Google search is an easy way to find a company's customer service, but scammers and hackers will often purchase ads to appear at the top of the search as customer service for, let's say, Q101, and it might not be us. I'm saying ours is probably good, but that's what they do. So you go to that number, they get you on the phone, they get your information, and they hack you.
Oh.
So I guess never call customer service
Wasn't
ever.
even serviced. Sucks.
Oh, that's terrible.
Sucks.
This is something I do on the reg, I wod say weekly. This is something you should not Google if you want to get hacked or don't want to get hacked. Money-making searches. I can't tell you. I think it's NBC5 that puts up so many stories about
How to make money.
Well, it's always like, this woman quit her daily job and now makes $270,000 a week. And I'm like, wait a minute. I could probably do that. It's not.
OnlyFans.
No, it's something like.
Only feet?
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's like knitting pot holders. And somehow
Nude?
no nudity. Nothing.
I'm trying
Get
to.
your mind out of the gutter.
Sorry.
She's making stuff to lift up pasta off the stove.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow she makes $270,000 a week. Why can't I do that?
That's always what those. Have you ever watched, Brian? Because you're domesticated like me. Case Brian isn't watches this, but you know when you watch those house hunter shows?
Oh yeah.
And it's always like, well, he collects stones and she knits pot holders, and their budget's $14 million for their That's right. What the hell is going on? What is going on?
That's why I'm Googling money-making searches all the time. They say, don't do that. That is littered with scammers to exploit people in financial distress, i.e. me, trying to buy a house here in Chicago, which is impossible. So, yeah, I say every night to Megan, what's our side hustle? We got to have a side hustle. So I go to the Google machine. It's a bad idea. Number 3 on the list of things you should never Google if you don't want to get hacked is the Google Authenticator. Now, I don't do this. I'm not sure about that. I know we have an authenticator on our phone for our company when we open up emails. Is that the same thing?
Well, there is a Google Authenticator.
I
which
can look up what it is, but I'm scared.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I have that Google Authenticator app on my phone. Is that bad?
It says don't Google it because cyber criminals can imitate actual products like the Google Authenticator.
That's terrifying.
Oh my God. People are so smart.
So wait, how are you supposed to authenticate your Google Authenticator?
I don't know what you're supposed to do.
Holy
It
crap.
makes me feel like Google is just in it for the money.
That's
Don't you feel
right.
like they just sold the authenticator to a scam company?
Yeah,
That's
right.
mean.
It's terrible.
That's messed up.
This is weird. This is the 4th thing that you should never Google if you make sure not to get hacked is sports mental toughness questionnaire. I didn't understand this one at all, but apparently it was something that went super viral in 2024, and people love doing that. Hey, I'm a sports fan. Let's see how tough I am. I love my knowledge of sports, and they do that, and it's actually a hack. Just like probably if you want to look like Margot Robbie, you go in here, this app will make you do that. You download it, and it's like, boom, you're hacked.
You know what test I took not that long ago?
Oh, here we go.
I was trying to figure out what's. I'm sorry. What house I'd be in at Hogwarts. I did the sorting hat test.
Hey, Kenzie, what's your house?
Hufflepuff.
Oh, same.
I'm a badger.
But her bank account is now empty. Was it worth it?
It was tough. I'm excited to know I'm a Hufflepuff, though. Not that many. It has the least amount of dark magic wizards that have ever come out of Hufflepuff because they have good character. It's important to know. I'm a good person.
But they took $70,000 from your bank account.
You'd be Slytherin. You have an attitude problem.
Is that what it is? I've heard of Slytherin. I've seen the first Harry Potter movie only, and I remember, parts of it, but obviously A lot went on. It was a big journey.
A lot went on.
A lot went on after that movie. It's a whole thing.
Yada, yada, yada. He kills Voldemort.
And the final thing you should never Google online to make sure you don't get hacked is online Viagra.
What? Online Viagra?
Or just Viagra that you're trying to get some Viagra online as opposed to going to your doctor
I
and seeing
imagine
a
like
prescription.
Viagra for your Sims character. So what does that mean?
No, it's
My GTA guy.
No, it's for a Viagra for your real penis, not your online penis.
Real penis.
All those, of course, people, it's probably one of the biggest searches, people trying to get Viagra, and those are usually, they call it a pharma hack. So a lot of drugs that people want to get online, whether it's, maybe you want a little Valium, maybe you want some Xanax, whatever. All drugs that you Google online, the hackers target those because they know we all love some kind of drug. We're very medicated, America.
We are very medicated.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad, but we are.
Well, some of them work, like Viagra. Not for me.
Hey, Brian's a
Hey, I'm
new
not saying,
endorser.
hey, not for me,
New
not for me.
endorsement.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. You like free stuff? We have a lot of it today. Coming up at 8, Q101 Twisted Christmas Night 2 tickets for the All-American Rejects, who we'll have on the show soon to talk about Twisted Christmas. Starts at 8 a.m. And an update on the Monkees. The Monkees in South Carolina. As far as we know, 15 were still loose. How close have they gotten to Chicago? They are moving north. We will give you that update. And if it's in your suburb, a monkey that could eat your face off.
Hey.
We'll talk about that in 10 minutes when we get up to 7:50. First, we did promise you something joyous. Yesterday, Lorinda was on the show competing in Clash with Kenzie and had one of the most infectious, crazy laughs we've ever heard. Here's what it sounded like the entire competition if you were not here yesterday.
By the way, the seal is me. The clapping's me.
You are clapping. We
I
couldn't-
sound like a seal, and I know it. Me. I'm very aware that I have a clapping while laughing problem. That's what I sound like.
So she did that for about a good 6 minutes throughout. She's a wonderful person. She's on our Q101 crew members page. But here we go. Here's some things we've done with her laugh that was pretty entertaining, we think. Oh, so good. How about then with her with Beavis and Butthead on the couch? I saw her on the couch when I made that one. Another song we play here at Q101. And finally, from the movie Saw. Although I'm going to have that on my speaker on the front porch for Halloween next year.
Oh, she's amazing. I love her.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
I'm about 6 minutes away from 8 a.m., and that will be your chance at Q101 Twisted Christmas tickets with the All-American Rejects, who we'll have on the show next week, talking about the show. And then the main is also on that bill, Andrew McMahon, doing all the music he's done solo and with something corporate. And then Dexter and the Moon Rocks, my favorite new band, or one of them, I should say. I may have to think about that a little bit, but they're certainly one of them of 2024. I love Dexter and the Moon Rocks. Sponsored by Heineken Silver, Byline Bank, Boost Mobile, White Claw, Hard Seltzer. And we'll have those free tickets coming up at 8 if we're all alive by the time Twisted happens. Some of us could clearly be gone because the monkeys are moving north. We've talked about this story every day this time. This is your monkey update. 2 more escaped monkeys were recaptured yesterday. If you don't know the story, about 43 monkeys escaped from Alpha Genesis, a facility that does testing with monkeys. And it's not good what happened in that lab, I'm sure. They escaped, and 25 of them were recaptured. And they were still on the loose as of yesterday. But 2 more apparently have been recaptured now. And they are enjoying peanut butter and jelly sandwiches now at Alpha Genesis headquarters in South Carolina. That also just sounds ominous for some reason. Because when you think about the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, is that just to, you go back to prison, they make you feel good about being in prison again.
I don't think they do that. I don't think they're like, okay, let's get you to calm down in prison. I don't think they care in prison. So they captured him and gave him a peanut butter and jelly?
Yes.
Really? Not a peanut butter and banana?
Interesting.
This is a prison.
don't know.
Unbelievable.
What they should give him is the Elvis sandwich because Elvis really liked peanut butter and
Banana
bananas
sandwiches.
and fry them up. Oh, man.
Yeah, deep fried like Bennigan's used to do with
Yeah.
that deep fried sandwich.
Well, this is why they ran away in the first place.
We want better food.
It's unbelievable. They can't even get it right.
The most ominous thing, Alpha Genesis, what a name, told police that the two monkeys captured appear to be in good health because they were outside the facility for a while. They got to see what trees and bushes and grass and natural running water was like.
They
And-
were living a beautiful life.
yeah, they didn't have lipstick put on them to test it for us to wear. Well, I don't wear lipstick,
makes me sad.
I know. So a group of monkeys still remains outside the fence. They've set traps for the monkeys. And
What?
yeah, there's traps now out there.
Like what? What kind of trap?
I assume that a monkey trap is available. I've instantly thought of a bear trap, and they say, let's just use that
That's
because
so. Oh my god.
are there specific monkey traps? I don't know.
I'm gonna Google.
Yeah,
monkey
Kenzie,
trap.
please go to Amazon real quick and look up monkey trap.
Can you buy a monkey trap on Amazon?
So what I've
would hope
seen is holes in the ground with like a bamboo thing that lifts up so they fall in the hole. I saw that.
Oh, so they walk over trying to
There's
get a banana?
also a coconut tied to a tree with a small hole in it. So they put their hand in and then it can't come back out.
Oh my God, that's mean. That's so mean.
That's what I'm. This is awful. This has bananas hanging above a trap door. I hate this.
Is Dr. Evil a supplier for Amazon? I didn't know about it.
Oh my.
Horrible. Look, this coconut tied to a tree. The monkey's stuck.
Can you imagine how disappointed you'd be if your arm got stuck in that coconut?
You'd be like, I can't win.
Yeah,
like,
no-
you just. That's like you'd be a down monkey, man. I finally get out and the first coconut I grab.
My arm gets stuck in it?
What kind of day? What kind of day?
Alpha Genesis, the lab that had these monkeys and bred them, said their efforts to recover all the monkeys will continue for, quote, as long as it takes. Its compound is about a mile from downtown Yamasee, South Carolina, and it's northeast of Savannah, Georgia. I have a friend down there in Savannah. So he said the monkeys were moving in, not on a U-Haul truck, but they're coordinated, and they were heading towards Savannah. And we're certainly not 100% sure, but we do know at least 3 of the monkeys decided to come north. And we'll let you know if they hit our suburbs the minute they do to take shelter from these monkeys that were tested on. Case is very scared of the monkeys.
Oh, jeez.
He wants them back locked up. Not that he wants all monkeys locked up,
No, but lock these monkeys up.
because they were already, something was messed with them. And that's why he's going to watch Planet of the Apes tomorrow here to review that for his movie this week, because he's never seen that. And so-
Not gonna help with this monkey problem.
no, it's going to feed in.
Yeah,
he
it's not good.
He has no idea what he's about to experience in watching the original Planet of the Apes.
That's right. I'm very nervous to watch it tonight, but I do know that as I live here in the present, as I'm here in this moment, I'm petrified of what's to come. I'm telling everybody, these monkeys are bad news. This is a story, we've talked about it every day this week, and it's going to go away, and we're all going to think it's normal, and then slowly over time, we're going to see the residual effects of what happens when monkeys that were bred in captivity roam wild all across the USA. This is bad news.
And Kenzie, obviously, all week has been preaching that they should all be freed, and now that they're free, let them stay free.
Yeah, I just think it's sick that they broke out of their monkey prison and Case just wants them to be captured again. How sad is that?
I think we can all agree, all 3 of us, that they should not be locked up and there should be no human testing on animals. It's terrible and disgusting.
Yes.
Case's angle is that they've already been messed up. They're messed up
So that
monkeys.
should just be the rest of their life.
Well, I don't know if you can fix a monkey. I don't know.
Boy, does that sound like a good sitcom on CBS, though.
Also, I heard Fix a Monkey is playing Riot Fest next year.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Morning, Kenzie on Q101. Who wants to go to Q101's Twisted Christmas? Everybody.
Okay.
Now, 2 of the nights are sold out. And this night is close to sell out, and you can be there for free right now. 312-591-8300, Twisted Christmas with the All-American Rejects. You got the Maine on that bill as well. Andrew McMahon and Dexter and the Moonrocks. It is Wednesday, December 11th, and tickets are on sale now, as I said. 2 are sold out, and they're all going fast. These are the free ones you're guaranteed in. From Brian and Kenzie on Q101, Twisted Christmas. Call 312-591-8300 right now. And it's a call contest, so call for these. And great friends Heineken Silver, Byline Bank, Boost Mobile, and White Claw Hard Seltzer all helped out with this, so it's time. Get the tickets. Now, Marty in North Chicago was checking in, and he goes, I want to listen to this debate between Kenzie and Case on the monkeys. Now, we've talked about these monkeys in South Carolina. If you just joined us, they escaped from Alpha Genesis, a lab. And Case wants these monkeys recaptured, never to be free again because they're messed up monkeys. Kenzie just wants all monkeys free. And I think all three of us agree this is terrible that they test on monkeys. It's terrible that they do this. But those monkeys have already been screwed up. And I'm not going to get any deeper in it because they're going to argue here Judge Judy style and give their side of the argument very clear right now on Q101.
You are about to enter the courtroom.
Brian Haddad.
The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final. This is Judge Judy.
Yeah. Well, I didn't put Brian Haddad at the end. Damn it. I messed that up.
Brian Haddad.
Crap.
Way to drop the ball. You had one job.
One job.
You half-assed it. You didn't even listen to the entire intro. Awesome.
Crap. All right, here we go. So Kenzie has deferred and wants Case to go first with his argument on why these monkeys should be not only recaptured, but never be released again. Case, the floor is yours in the courtroom.
Your Honor, I greet you today as not only a God-fearing man, but also a monkey-fearing man. And I am currently living with tremendous anxiety, way more so than usual, although I am more anxious than the average human, because these monkeys are running amok across the beautiful United States of America. The argument that I'm about to make is not an anti-monkey argument as much as it is a pro-human argument. We cannot risk our lives letting the inevitable fate occur of these monkeys that were bred in captivity run amok throughout our amber waves of grain and our beautiful oceanside highways, because if they do, they will eventually kill us. These monkeys are terrifying. They were bred in captivity. They are dangerous, demented creatures. And while there have been cute, lovable monkeys throughout history, such as Bubbles, Curious George, or Donkey Kong, these monkeys are not that. We cannot let the smoking gun of this situation be a banana peel. We must act now. We must capture these monkeys, and they must never see the light of day again. In the research that I conducted for this argument, I found an article that read, and this is from the fine folks at listverse.com, top 10 times a monkey took a human life. 3 of the headlines in this article include a story about how a monkey chased a woman off of a roof in India, about how a monkey went on a 9-day rampage and injured many in India, and an alcoholic monkey that went on a rampage and killed dozens in India. We cannot let this happen in our great nation. I will not stand for it. And that is why, once these monkeys are captured, they must be sent away for good.
To India.
Unrelated. I'm not going to force that on the Indian people.
He digresses.
All right.
I plead the fifth.
All right, there's the gavel. There's Case's argument, Kenzie. You deferred to let him go first. How do you feel about what he said before we go to you? Okay. Well, then we'll just go right to Kenzie. Kenzie's argument for the monkeys, despite them being messed up in this horrible lab.
Okay, ready?
Yes, go ahead, Kenzie.
Your
Floor's
Honor,
yours.
I also have a list against Case's list. Adolf Hitler.
Oh,
Wait.
Whoa!
Hold on.
Is Case Adolf Hitler?
I would like order in the court.
Hey! Not while I'm speaking. This is a courtroom,
Yes.
and you will conduct yourself as such with some manner.
Hey, I was going to say that. Case, conduct yourself. Shut up, Case. Shut up. There you go.
Your whore mouth. Okay. Adolf Hitler, Joseph Stalin, don't laugh, Benito Mussolini, Jefferson Davis, John Newton, and Case Lowe. Besides not going to the dentist enough, what do they all have in common?
Whoa.
They're on the wrong side of history. Blaming a certain population, race, gender, species, etc., and believing you have the power to own their life. No one does. And they all eventually learn. Animals have rights. And if you don't think so, you're probably like, what's your reasoning, right? Because they can't talk? That's wrong. Speech is not the only thing that allows your freedom. Imagine saying a baby doesn't have human rights just because they can't voice their needs or wants. These animals that were bred for such a sick purpose, they have feelings, they have emotions, they have physical wants and hopes and dreams, etc. To decide they never deserve those, they broke into freedom. They're vocalizing their wants, not with voice because they don't have it, but with action. They were bred in captivity, and I understand they may not have the skill set for the true wild, but at a bare minimum, they deserve the freedom of a haven or a safe place. Case is scared of monkeys. You know what? Case is also scared of cars, but people still have to drive. Monkeys still exist, and they deserve to be part of the planet just as much as we do. To quote a Disney song, paint with all the colors of the wind, which I do realize is now from a controversial Disney movie, Pocahontas, that romanticized a very bad part of history, but the song still stands. But the song still stands. You think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, a spirit, and a name. You think the only people who are people, Case, who look and think just like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew you never knew. And I challenge you to walk in these monkeys' footsteps that were bred in captivity for the only purpose of not living a genuine life, just to live the life to serve us that is sick. They broke free and they deserve freedom.
Okay, we've heard both sides. I, as Judge Brian Haddad, take it to the jury, which is our listeners, at 312-591-8300. Whose argument do you take? And who's moved you? Who do you believe? Who wins this argument? Call now, 312-591-8300. Want to hear you on the phones, want to hear your voices, and describe your reasoning on why you're choosing Kenzie or Case in the monkey debate.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie.
On Q101.
Well, a fierce debate today involving the monkeys that are on loose in South Carolina. Case and Kenzie on two different sides of what to do with the monkeys, and we went to court.
You are about to enter the courtroom.
Brian Haddad.
The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final. This is Judge
Brian Haddad. Well, there we go.
There you go.
Nailed it.
Sorry, a little late editing there. Okay, here we go. So, Case has pleaded his case, literally, to have the monkeys that have escaped from Alpha Genesis, a lab that did testing on them, which is horrific. And all three of us, by the way, agree on that it was horrific what went on with these monkeys. You should not test on animals. However, the monkeys already were tested, and Case wants them locked back up because they're damaged monkeys. They're damaged goods, if you will. Kenzie wants them freed to live a wonderful life, and she made her statement as well on what the problem is with, locking them back up. They deserve freedom. Now, a lot of people texted in. We're going to get to the phones in a second to decide. Courtney texted in and said, that was genuinely the most unhinged segment I've ever heard on the radio.
630 texted in and said, I just became a vegan after Kenzie's.
Also, Frank texted in and said, I never met a monkey I trusted.
Amen.
I side with Case.
How many monkeys have you met?
You don't want to know.
Well, let's go to the phones as you guys are the jury on this one. Allie checking in from Evanston. Ahoy, Allie.
Ahoy.
So whose side are you taking here?
Oh, we got to take the side of freedom.
And
We gotta defend. We're going with Kenzie. We got to protect those monkeys.
Period. Protect the monkeys.
And listen, we all agree in protecting monkeys, but does it scare you that these monkeys were messed with and they'd be free?
So I think, well, first of all, we got to think about the ethics. Like everyone said, it's not right to test on animals, and we have a lot of technology now to get the same results from research. So I think this can be a win-win. That's the thing. We're proposing it as like a win-lose situation. It could be win-win. Kenzie mentioned havens. I think we can get these monkeys to a nice sanctuary, so they wouldn't be roaming the streets. But they would also get to enjoy relative freedom and safety and be outside.
Let me ask you a question here since you brought that up, Kenzie.
Yes.
Does a sanctuary still mean free?
Well, so sanctuaries a lot of times are for animals that were bred in captivity because the wild is dangerous. But it's not like a zoo where everyone's coming staring at them, banging on glass. Like they live in like natural habitats.
Yes.
But it helps keep them a little bit safe where they're providing food because they're not used to hunting and things.
As judge, I just wanted to clarify that you didn't want them walking down Michigan Avenue going to the Nike store. Maybe
yes,
going
and I
shopping.
also don't want them like at a zoo. I'm not saying that.
Got it. Let's go to Will on the south side. Thank you for checking in. Will, ahoy. Whose side are you taking of the argument?
Ahoy. Well, I was with Kenzie at first, but as I thought about it, I'm Team Case because All it takes is one monkey with resentment, to start a riot, and then we're bending the knee to monkey overlords, and I'm not really with that right now. It's been a hell of a year already, Let's not bend the knee as of yet.
It takes one monkey with resentment to cause a riot.
To lead a nation.
It makes sense, though, right? There's got to be one in there who's like, you know what? Now that we're out here, let's make a move, guys. Let's get together. Let's huddle up. Let's think about this. And that's the one I'm worried about. So.
The last thing I want to see is a group of monkeys saying, guys, let's huddle up. Nothing good is coming from that.
I'm telling you, stranger things have been afoot in Chicago. So.
A resentful monkey is something to watch. Oh, my God, my stomach hurts.
That's the truest thing that's ever been said on this show. As we've said many times, this is not an educational program. That is educational. That is the smartest thing I've ever heard.
All right, well, listen,
you get a group of anything together, you're going to have one guy saying, this ain't right. This ain't right.
I mean, could you blame the monkeys?
No, he's not. The monkey's just resentful for a lot of good reasons. He's resentful.
Yeah.
And lipstick put on.
He's
him.
like, he's right, but kill him. Good
Not
Lord.
Not kill him, just round him up. Well, thank you, Will, for checking in.
Yeah, you just got to round them up and just put them back where they're at,
Okay.
Well, we can't give him back to Alpha Genesis. They sound like bad people. I don't know. But anyway.
There's got to be a cave somewhere,
Thank you.
Cave.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.